everybody. I'm Pam Adams, and you're watching Fake Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today, we are joined by the man, the myth, the legend, my husband, Michael Adams, also known as Israfel Sivad, also known as Daddy. So, today's show is a little bit different. We have, due to vegetarianism and poor planning, we're using a mix of plant-based nuggets and tater tots. Also, in this episode, I'll be doing it along with you. But unlike Sean, I have no experience in this and a lower heat tolerance than you. So we'll see what happens. I'm so excited. How are you with hot foods?
I tend to be okay, but I don't think I've ever done anything like this. I'm afraid that my assumption is that probably around 4 or 5 is probably about as hot as I've ever maybe gone. I don't know. I really don't know. I enjoy hot foods, but I don't know how I'll do with this.
Yeah, same. I enjoy hot foods, but I don't do challenges about it. I enjoy them. Like, if it's, I don't want to be in pain, so.
Well, the only challenge I've ever done before was the wasabi challenge I did with some friends on a bet a number of years ago, where I ate a whole ball of wasabi. But that was a very different spice than this.
I didn't know about that. How'd that go?
It cleared all my sinuses, but it was fine. Because wasabi doesn't burn after it goes through you. It just clears out your sinuses and it's done.
One time I was eating like a Japanese bowl, and I accidentally had a little like pea-sized bit of wasabi, and I was in pain, and then I had a twitch in my sinus for a week.
No, this was like a whole. This was bigger than a pea. This was like a whole like ball of wasabi. So, but still, that's not. I don't think that's anything near what this is.
Cool. So I'm nervous. Should
Me too.
we start?
Yeah, let's start. So we take the first bite?
So yeah, we're starting here at the bottom left, and we're going clockwise around.
Okay.
This one is the classic.
Got it. Just eat it?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
That's
we're
fine.
okay. It's
Yeah.
good. So, back in the 90s, you were the front man for a hardcore band, Broken Chains of Segregation. What would be your advice for a teenager looking to start their own band today?
Just to do it, you know? I mean, there's, to do it and to take it seriously, even if you don't think you're going to do it forever, but take it seriously. It's a good experience and a powerful experience. And not to be afraid of asking people for help and like reaching out to learn how to do it better. Because nobody is born a marketer. Maybe some people are, but very few people are born marketers. And everything you have to do in the arts is marketing as well. So just be fearless and ask for help when you need it. Get people to give you help with stuff.
Cool. I have a few more rapid fire music questions. Should we move on to the next one first?
Oh, okay. Do we do that? Are we ready?
I don't know. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
That one is delicious.
That was really good.
I thought it was gonna be.
Sauce. That one's really good.
Yeah. Is it like shawarma sauce?
Shawarma sauce, yeah.
Okay, so who's the most underrated band in 90s hardcore?
Underrated band in 90s hardcore. I honestly can't really think of anything, because everybody at this point in time, I feel like most of the bands are pretty well respected. Most of the bands that I listen to, as far as like great bands that never really got their fair shake, I'd say the one that I loved in the 90s, and I don't have anything by them anymore. Well, Mayday was great. They were a Virginia Beach band. I had a 7-inch by them. Saw them play a couple of times. Also, Undertow was a great band, but I don't think any of those bands are necessarily underrated by people who know them. But they never received the exposure that some other bands had. But Undertow and Mayday would probably be the two that I feel like most people may not have heard of that are really great bands.
Cool. Let's do it. Number 3.
All right, number 3.
This is Shaquanda's. We actually tasted this earlier tonight, so
yeah.
We'll see how it is concentrated. It's delish.
It's really good. Still hanging in there just fine.
Same.
Yeah.
It actually really reminds me of that pumpkin spice hot sauce that we ordered on a targeted ad while watching Hot Ones in the autumn.
Of course, we're only at number 3, but
Killing it.
we're killing it so far.
Slaying.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Team Megadeth or Team Slayer?
Oh, Slayer, all the way. All the way. No doubt.
Okay. Number 4?
Yep.
Which one is this?
Oh, Angry Goat Pepper. The Goat Rider.
That one smelled good when I was putting them on here.
That one's really good. It's got more of a,
seems like-
it's more of a slow burn. It's
I was just
burning-
about to. I was supposed to be like, that one's not spicy at all.
Yeah, there was like no spice when I first tasted it, and now it's starting to burn.
I think I'm ready for a sip of water.
You ready for a sip of water?
But I'm okay.
No judgment. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm like, okay though. Okay. And who is the band or musician you most looked up to as a kid?
Oh, Ian MacKaye of Fugazi. For sure. Fugazi in general, and Ian MacKaye of Fugazi tremendously. I had so much respect for him as an artist, and for his political ideas, and for the band, and for the band's live energy, their music, their musicianship, I loved Ian MacKaye and Fugazi.
I'm not sure water helped. Just
Oh,
saying.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think water's supposed to help really. I think it just kind of spreads the sauce.
Like, not only
spreads
did
the heat
it
around.
not really help necessarily, like it felt good while I was drinking it, but now I feel it more.
That's what I've heard with water.
Yeah, I feel like I can like you said, it spread it like down into my throat. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the milk. I got a lot of water, but I'm not planning on drinking a lot of water.
What about when you were younger? When was Ian MacKaye? When did he start becoming?
Well, that was more when I was in high school. Younger than that, I mean, the first person who really turned me on to like what a frontman could be was Axl Rose. When I was in 5th grade when Guns N' Roses came out, and I absolutely loved Axl Rose. I thought he was so cool. I actually, my favorite movie of the time was a movie called Trick or Treat, and which I'm wearing a T-shirt of. And the story of Trick or Treat is about a guy, a teenager who turns on his musical hero, and his musical hero comes after him and tries to kill him as a ghost. And that was around the time that Guns N' Roses released GNR Lives, which was their second album, and I hated that album. And I actually went to sleep a couple nights very afraid that Axl Rose was going to come terrorize me as a ghost because I hated his most recent, because I turned on my musical hero.
How old were you when this happened?
That was probably like 6th grade.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. I mean, you know, I still get nightmares over stuff, so no judgment.
Yeah. Do we do another wing?
I guess so.
Or do we wait?
No, you're right. Los Calientes. Let's keep it moving.
All right.
So this one I tried before
Okay.
at Torrent.
Oh, we tried this at Torrent Tangies. And
Did
this,
you try this too?
I did, yeah. And
I
this
think I
is
put a lot on yours.
this is my first
Oh,
my first
nugget.
nugget. Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. That's yummy.
Mm-hmm. That is really good.
And also manageable. I feel like it's less spicy than some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. So far, we're rocking it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a recurring segment on this show called Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive on our guest's Instagram and pull interesting pictures out that need more context. You ready?
Yeah, although I don't think I have a very interesting Instagram.
There's not much there. So here, it's a quote post. Can you read the quote for the camera and then tell us, like, what is this? What's this quote? What's it about?
So the quote is, "Red-faced and huffing, I returned from outer space before pop culture even realized we could get there." From 11 Variations on a Theme by Israfel Sivad. So that line is from the poem 11 Variations on a Theme, which is from my zodiac cycle, and this is for the year of the monkey. And so that's about it's a reference to how monkeys went to space before humans did.
Oh.
The whole
That's
poem
not how I
is.
would have interpreted that.
I know that was not my goal was to write the poem in such a way that my inspiration, it's divided up into different, like each it's not really, I don't know if it's actually stanzas that are separated by numbers. I can't remember if it's actual stanzas or if it's just like, or if there's just like a couple stanzas under each number, but it's like separate little vignettes. and each vignette tells a little bit of a story that's based on a monkey. But my goal was that you wouldn't know that I was just talking about a monkey. That it would have deeper meaning
Right.
than just a monkey. But the truth is, I was really just trying to build the meaning into that. And when I read it, all I see is a monkey flying into outer space and coming back.
I mean, because to me, like, I returned from outer space before pop culture even realized we could get there. I think any little starseed or indigo child would relate to that.
Sure.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Okay, next one. Which one are we on? What is our...
This is number
6?
6, so we're crushing it. This is Heartbeat Hot Sauce.
Oh, that one had a cool...
Scorpion.
Yeah, the scorpion. Yeah, all right. This one sounds kind of scary to me.
Yeah.
Right,
also, like, look how little I have,
yeah,
and look how
like
much you have.
Yeah.
I'm also not at all committed to finishing this, but so far so good.
All right.
But you don't have to eat the whole thing too.
I'm eating the whole thing.
Okay, I'm going to pivot to some of your writing.
Okay.
So much of your work is filled with cryptic
I don't like the taste of this one as much.
I couldn't taste it too much, but it's definitely creeping up on me in the heat.
Okay.
Much of your work is filled with cryptic and obscure references. As an artist, how much do you have an interpretation that you want readers to come away with versus how much do you leave open?
So, the first collection of short stories I wrote after I graduated college,
I'm gonna taste some milk.
I built a whole symbolism into the stories. The title of that collection was Welcome to Modern World, Charlie. And I realized pretty quickly. First off, I realized that nobody saw the symbols that I built into there. But people saw different things. And then I lost that collection. I didn't lose it, but I didn't read it for 3 to 4 years. And I remember when I went back to it, I saw a whole other set of symbols there that I never saw initially. A whole other world of symbolism that I didn't mean to have there. So at that point in time was when I stopped kind of trying to, I wanted to make, for a long while I wanted to just make my writing a playground for the imagination. So I wanted to fill it with as many things as as many ideas as I could, while still telling a good story and stuff like that. But that would really populate people's minds and allow them to come to their own conclusions about things. I also, when I was an undergrad, my last essay I ever wrote for my literature class was basically putting forth the theory that essays were a worthless form of communication because nobody really knows anything. So I think I was probably being a little bold, but I made an argument that that narrative structures were a better form of communication because they allowed people to just see the world and understand the world in a way that they could.
Say what they don't know that they know.
Yeah, exactly.
As somebody who reads tarot, I find that totally relatable and valuable. So you're taking it a step further than it's not that you have an interpretation and you don't mind if people draw their own conclusions. You literally are just writing what comes out, and even you may not know what it means.
No, I don't know if that's true. I definitely know what it means when I write it. But I think that I work so meticulously on the meanings that I oftentimes just kind of forget what every little thing is supposed to mean by the time I'm done with it. It would be like doing those pencil drawings that stoners do in class all the time, with the little all the little squiggles and stuff like that people do. And so eventually you see the picture, but there's so many little things that make it up that you don't know you probably don't know anymore what you were thinking when you wrote each little squiggle to make that.
Cool. All right.
Next one.
I don't really want to. I feel okay, but I'm also very nervous.
I'm still going strong.
I feel fine, but
yeah, I'm doing great. I don't want to speak too soon.
We've seen the show though.
I know. This is where people start losing it. What is this one, by the way?
This is 7, Hellfire Detroit.
Oof, that sounds brutal. It looks like it just soaked into my wing. Also, there's nothing on here.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, we'll see how. Or not wing, but nugget.
Not bad. I had the tiniest little drop on mine. How is it for you?
It's fine. It's pretty hot.
I think we have an advantage doing, at least for me, the tots. I think I have a major advantage over doing like wings, because the thing that really gets me when I'm eating wings in real life is like it getting on my lips. It's not the heat like in my mouth. It's like I can't handle it on my lips. So like the fact that I can just pop the whole thing in.
This one I feel a little bit like I'm breathing smoke, though. Like
That's cool.
I can feel this in my head.
Yeah.
Like my sinuses are clearing out now.
I started to break a sweat when I was literally just pouring these on.
Yeah. Well, I told you when I came downstairs after putting Bash to bed, I was like, I could like smell the spice.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one's getting hot.
I'm good. Okay. So should we move on to Da Bomb, or should I?
No, we got a question, right?
Okay. All right. So your recent memoir disorder jumps back and forth between your past experiences with addiction and mental illness and a forward-going story in which you're healing from the trauma of those experiences enough to have a stable, intimate relationship. What would your advice be to someone who has experienced trauma and is afraid they might not be capable of or even want to feel safe in their life?
I guess I would say that they can do it, you know? I mean, nobody is so damaged that they can't be fixed. And I really believe that. If they want to fix themselves. I don't know if other people can fix us, but if we want to be happy and healthy, I really and truly believe that nobody is so damaged that they can't become happy and healthy.
Yeah.
With a lot of work.
Yeah. And help. I mean, like,
Yeah.
obviously nobody can do it for you, but I mean, I don't know. I'd imagine you can't really do it by yourself either.
No, I don't think you can do it by yourself. I think you definitely need help. By the way, my mind is stopping working right now. It's not working as well as it was.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I don't think it's not like crazy hot. But my brain like is stopping working for a second or two there. It's kind of weird. I think Da Bomb could push me over the edge here.
Let's do it.
All right, let's cheers on this one. 'Cause this
So
is a
you
big
have,
deal.
so I have this one little tiny drop of this one because I was not trying to eat it.
Drops on
Yeah.
there.
So
Cheers.
Cheers. I really don't want to do this one.
We're doing it. I'm doing it. You don't have to.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh man, that's hot.
It's really hot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really bad.
I don't like it at all.
It tastes like shoe leather.
Ugh, I don't like it. It's getting worse and worse.
Oh, this one's bad.
I don't like it.
Yeah, this one's brutal.
Okay. Oh, it's getting worse and worse.
It is getting worse and worse, though.
I really made the right decision by not putting much on there. I thought I was copping out, and I didn't cop out. I'm getting an experience.
I shouldn't have eaten that whole thing.
I'm definitely sweating. Oh,
I'm crying a little bit.
my tongue hurts too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, nothing does anything to help that.
I'm like holding the milk in my mouth. While I had it in my mouth, it was helping.
Oh man, that really hurts.
Okay. So, in this current like settled down stage of life, what are some of the most unexpected experiences that you've had that all the craziness in your past could have never prepared you for?
Could you repeat the question?
Okay, so in this current settled down stage of life, what are some of the most unexpected experiences that you've had that all the craziness in your past could never have prepared you for?
Well, first off, just having a baby, and a home birth in particular, with regard to that, was pretty crazy. was a wild experience, but I don't know if that's really what you're asking about.
No, yeah, whatever you think.
Yeah, home birth for sure. That was crazy.
What was crazy about it?
It was so intense. I've never experienced anything like that before. Obviously, I've never seen a baby get born before. And it was so powerful. It was easily as powerful as the experiences I had, or any substance, or any sort of mood disorder. But in the exact opposite way, as opposed to being entirely, as opposed to being negative, it was so positive too, and so life affirming and beautiful. It was really amazing. I'm feeling a little better now.
That's cool. I'm happy for you. I'm not really feeling better. Should we just keep going?
All right, let's keep going.
Why not?
What is this one?
I don't know.
Pucker butt. That sounds horrible.
The way you said it too.
That one's not so bad.
Okay,
Now it
so
has flavor again. The bomb was just hot.
I thought it was gonna be like the bomb is horrible, and then anything on top of that, no matter how decent it is just making that worse. And actually, somehow I feel slightly better after that.
I do too.
So we love to watch and analyze reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the best life lessons you've gotten from watching reality TV, and from which shows?
Sure. So the first thing that comes to mind is that lies catch up to you, especially if you're being videotaped. I learned that from
Jax.
Vanderpump and Jax. You can only gaslight people so long. Not that I was ever really a gaslighter, but it just made me feel better about how the world works. That if you hang out with the same people enough, eventually they will see that you're being gaslit. The group will. Another thing is not to just randomly challenge people. I learned that from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. The people just stepping up to people thinking that they weren't going to go crazy on them, and they just went crazy on them.
I never met Teresa Giudice before.
Yeah, exactly. So those are probably my two biggest life lessons that I've learned from those.
Good life lessons.
Are we on to the
Most
last
important.
dab?
Oh yes, good call. It's a tradition around here to add a little extra dab to the last one. You don't have to.
Okay. Are you going to do it?
Yeah. Why not? We've come this far. And I'm actually doing fine, although
The bomb was brutal.
I'm very concerned about my heartburn later, considering I can't even eat pizza comfortably these days.
Yeah, your heartburn's going to be horrible. It's going to hurt so bad. Sorry.
Cool, cheers. That's hot.
I can't really feel anything anymore.
I wonder what the baby's gonna feel like. Think of this, because you know they taste like what I eat.
I know.
They're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
I know.
And finally, you're probably the most prolific artist I've ever met.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You've written literally dozens of books, multiple screenplays, you've acted on stage, you've fronted a band, you've penned lyrics to several albums. At the core of it, who or what inspires you to keep creating? Where does it all come from?
The universe. I just feel like it's my purpose. I don't know what else to do. It's what I've always done. And it's probably what I will always do.
Rad.
Rad.
Well, we did it. You made it.
I made it. I feel fine, actually.
I'm
like,
alright.
the bomb was brutal, but I feel fine.
Well, you've reached the end of your journey. Now we'll roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera. Tell the people what you got going on in your life.
So I just recently released my memoir, Disorder, a couple months ago. That's on sale anywhere you buy books. I also recently released my second one in the many album, Hours, which is available anywhere you stream music. And I'm also working on a screenplay that will hopefully go into production soon. I guess it's gone into pre-production. And then I'm working on a bunch of other books that I will publish over the next year or two. And oh my God, this is getting hotter every second I talk.
You're doing great.
That's all I got.
Cool. And baby number 2 coming in February.
Oh yes.
Woo!
All right.
We made it.
We made it.
I feel tough.
Yeah.